Hey, what do you say? I'm fucking pumped for this episode of Q&A number 3. It's episode number 47. I'm Tommy Paradise. What's up, DJ?
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ up here in the rafters, and like the weather's starting to get hot, so your boy DJ starting to sweat it out up here.
You gotta get some AC up in that bitch.
I guess so. Like, they gotta make me get one of those window deals, one of those hanging up window deals, I guess.
Absolutely. We got a big show planned for you guys tonight. We got our Q&A episode. This is our third Q&A episode. I love these because we get some random ask questions. And if you ask a question, if you ask the question, we are going to give you, perhaps you out there who asked the question, you may get a Eagle Moss Rock and Sock Connection 2-pack statue set. That will be announced later on in the show. Make sure you're following us over on Instagram. It is at the Run In Pod. Make sure you're following it on Twitter. It's at Run In Podcast. Make sure you're following along on YouTube. I don't have last week's episode up on YouTube. I apologize. I was slacked like whoa this past week. Trying to get it up. But it will be up there eventually. And then, of course, this week's episode will be up there as well with the Q&A. If you want to see what we look like, if we're showing off our weekly purchases and stuff like that. So with the Q&A episode tonight, we're actually going to dive into all the questions. But we do have, we'll talk a little wrestling, we'll talk a little toys, and then we'll jump into the questions here. Nice. We do have a little bit of news for you guys. The Blitzkrieg Pro show that's happening here in Enfield, Connecticut. It is happening May 7th. That's next week, next Friday night. It's going to be happening. It's sold out. NWO sold out, but you can still watch it. You can still check it out because it is going to be on Twitch. Follow them over at Blitzkrieg Pro on Instagram or find their Twitter, and all the info on how to watch it through Twitch will be on there. We've talked about this event. We're sponsoring it. That's why we're talking about it so much. We're sponsoring to be exact, the match we're sponsoring is VSK versus Brian Myers versus Max Caster. What a banger main event that is going to be.
Three-way dance going on.
Smart Mark Sterling will be there. And a whole bunch of other great action. So you're going to want to take this show in, especially if you're a fan of the Major Pod. The Major Brothers Pod, you're gonna want to check this out for sure. Great local promotion, and actually some breaking news here. Me and DJ and the Run In Podcast, we signed on to sponsor their show in June as well. So they're gonna help us get some interviews. They're gonna help us. They're gonna help us out. We're gonna help them out, and got a nice little partnership here with Blitzkrieg Pro here in Enfield, Connecticut. So. I'm looking forward to just going to a live wrestling show in person. Even though it's in a banquet hall, it's like 100 people. I think they can fit in there. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. I can't freaking wait. Can't freaking wait. So we'll tweet out all the stuff about how you can watch it on Twitch. We'll put it up on our Instagram and everything like that as well. So you guys are in the know and you know what's going on. You can watch that as well. Hit up prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod. Buy yourself. Spoil yourself. One of these badass t-shirts I'm wearing right now. I have the G.I. Joe version.
He's got the Joe
of the Run In Podcast t-shirt on. We got the Lake Show, the Beantown. I just ordered those. They're in the mail. I'm anticipating getting them like tomorrow or Friday. Right. We're recording on Wednesday, by the way, full disclosure. We got the retro arcade shirt. We got tons of shirts on there. Go buy one, please. It helps us out immensely. DJ, I just tell you the words. I just saw you take a swig of something. What you drinking, man? You got the proper 12 flowing. You got the Vigilante drip going.
I got the proper 12 tonight. Because your boy is still like it's gonna be busy for me until June, basically.
These damn school kids.
Exactly. So but I will keep myself with some proper 12. I also got my caffeinated water. So
nice.
So ups and downs, right? So, but
I told you, man, it's all about keeping that heartbeat level. All about keeping that heartbeat level. So
I got to get ready for these questions that's about to come up here. Like these people, you guys, I like the questions that you guys sent here.
That's right. I got a bang ready to go as usual. I got cherry blade lemonade. I'm excited to try that. I've never had this one. It's pretty good looking.
Ooh.
Or it sounded good, I should say. But right here, live on the Run-In podcast, while we're bullshitting, before we dive into the questions and the wrestling, the other day I grabbed this and I haven't drank it yet. I was like, you know what? I'm going to save it for the podcast. I've seen the regular version of this in the store, but I've not. I finally saw the zero sugar one. It's Pepsi Zero Sugar Mango Cola here, and I want to try.
I've not seen the regular mango yet, so
I love mango. I love mango almost everything.
Well, you like Pepsi, so
and I do love Pepsi. So I love Pepsi Zero, especially. I always have a Pepsi.
I like
Zero
the zero. I do like the zero sodas.
So I'm gonna try this right here on the air. Pepsi Zero Sugar Mango.
Let's give it a reaction, folks.
That's right. Let's give it a swig. I have the bang ready to go in a Gatorade just because.
Just in case you need a chaser.
It definitely smells like mango. Like breathing it in like you do with an IPA or a beer. But
yeah, we got to swish it around.
It smells like a legit mango drink. Like it.
So it's got some bodies of mango in it.
Yes. Let's try this. Here we go.
And he's taking a swig.
All right. Pepsi with a splash of mango flavor with other natural flavors.
Flavors, of course. It's probably got some Dr. Pepper in it. Is what it's
while I'm processing this, don't forget the show is brought to you by figurecollections.com.
It should be brought to you by Pepsi Zero.
By Pepsi and Bang. This isn't bad, actually. Like I thought, I was kind of like expecting to take a sip of it and just be like, this is disgusting. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's really sweet. Even with the zero
mango
sugar.
is kind of like anything mango is going to be sweet.
Right. It is really sweet. I can like feel it in my teeth. But it's good. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. Let's say I give it 7.3 out of 10.
All right. Now so that we get a measurement here, is there what soda is a 10?
Ooh. That's a good question because I do love soda. I mean, Pepsi Zero Max or Pepsi. I always call it Pepsi Max because that's what it was. But Pepsi Zero is like my go-to. I love Mountain Dew. I think Baja Blast has to be like the only 10.
That's the top of the mountain.
Top of the mountain is Baja Blast. I do love Dr. Pepper. I love that watermelon Mountain Dew. Oh, I got it. Greatest soda of all time. IMO, in my opinion.
Okay.
My favorite soda. Mountain Dew Orange Live Wire. That is the 10. That is the 10 of 10. Baja Blast is pretty damn good too, but yes.
Interesting.
The Live Wire Orange is the tits, as the kids say. So I don't know whose kid says that, but kids say that. So this Pepsi Zero Mango ain't bad.
All right.
I'm gonna
there you have it, folks. Give it a try.
Put it away right now though, and rip into this bank so that I stay awake through this episode. So, but yeah,
you can't come down, Tommy.
All right, let's get into the bang. We do have some Kenny's corrections here that I've got to find in our messages. I really should just start screenshotting these, but
we kind of asked for them, I think, in the last episode. I think there's a couple things we needed to tag. The hot tag here.
Oh no, we don't. We don't have any.
Oh,
we did. Look at that. Unless he sent him on Facebook Messenger here. Let me just check. Nothing.
Messenger.
Nothing, man. I thought we had some. I thought we had some, but
oh well.
I guess not. So we'll move on then.
So we can flip the episodes without corrections. We can flip it to 1.
That's right. Episodes without mistakes. We're at 1. I did have a question. This isn't in the Q&A, but somebody asked me like, how come I'm not drinking Trulies anymore or High Noons or like booze while I'm on the show anymore? And to be honest with you guys, being in a bar every single night while I'm doing trivia and stuff like that definitely caught up with me. So I've actually not been drinking. I'm on my 5th week of not drinking at all. Not just while I'm doing trivia or while I'm doing the podcast. It's not at all. So I've been trying to find other alternatives to not get a buzz on or anything like that, but just been drinking other stuff. And that Pepsi Mango is a perfect example of that. So
very good.
Yeah.
Very
good.
And you
like
already know
10
I
pounds.
support you. I definitely support you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So 5 weeks. It's kind of flown by, but it's crazy.
Right.
It's flown by. You ready to jump in the ring and stop talking about serious stuff? Let's talk about some wrestling bullshit.
You guys wipe your tears. Let's get in the ring.
All right. In the Ring is brought to you by Buy Sell Trade Toys on Instagram and Twitter. Kenny is coming up actually to see Buy Sell Trade Toys. I think this weekend. I gotta slide in those DMs for both of them and see what's going on with that so that we can see if I can make it. I am getting shot number 2 on Friday when this is dropping. So I'm probably going to grow a little bit of a tail. I'm going to have impeccable cell phone service. And I'm probably going to be out of commission on Saturday. So we'll see what happens. I got to see how I'm feeling and stuff like that. So, and they just, my kid just got a baseball game scheduled last minute. Classic being a parent.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. So that we're not going to dive completely into the ring like we do in a normal episode because we are doing this Q&A episode. We're going to just kind of shoot the shit about Kenny Omega winning both the belts. He won the AEW. Obviously, he was already AEW champion. And then he won the Impact and the TNA championship at, is it Rebellion, the pay-per-view that they just had?
And then is he still the freaking AAA champ?
Yeah, he has a lot of belts.
Yeah.
From what I saw on social media.
He's doing the Ultimo Dragon thing here.
I didn't watch the Impact pay-per-view, and we're recording on a Wednesday night tonight because I'm taking my kid to the Bruins game on Thursday night, the Boston Bruins game. So a little bit back to real life here. Excited about that. But so I didn't watch AEW yet. I actually didn't watch any wrestling this week, 2 weeks in a row for me. I better get my ass in gear before I get fired from our show. But so yeah, I don't know what happened on AEW or anything like that as of right now. But I mean, me and you were kind of discussing a little bit here. I don't think this does anything good for Impact. And you kind of agree.
Impact. I thought this was gonna be like, I think it would have given the wrestling world a nice shock to have Kenny Omega lose this match, and I think it would have gave Impact a shot in the arm and all that. But it's starting to look like they're just running roughshod over Impact, if you ask me. Like, what are we doing here?
I think we're gonna get to a point where Tony Khan buys Impact. I know we've talked about a little bit about that in our group chat. Yep. I think that could happen, man. Like, I agree with you. I'm all for the borrowing people from other promotions to get
I can go with that.
Eyes on those people, like Thunder Rosa jumping from NWA to AEW, or even having Omega go over there. But I just think, I don't think it's a good look for Impact to have your champion get beat and have someone else have your belt on another promotion. But we'll see what happens. Anything else to dive in on that? I thought I was going to be more angry about it, actually, and I'm not really. I just kind of
because we kind of expected it. Probably it's probably why you're not angry. I watch AEW. I'll watch it later. Before the taping here, I was I was on the PS5, but this is just slowly in my opinion, I don't like the long-term things that are happening with AEW in particular. It's just not doing we were I know we talk about our group chat all the time. We had, I believe it was Phil who asked about, he asked about some of the former WWE guys that were in AEW. And all I could tell him was, you're right. After short title runs, they're right back to where they would be on a WWE roster.
Exactly where they would be. They're in the same exact spot.
So it's like, man, so nothing changed there. You have, I think I think there's a handful of guys in AEW that are like, now that I've seen them wrestle a few times, I think they're a little dangerous. I think they need some training, and I don't think that they do it. I don't think they do the proper amount of training with AEW. I think they're still just kind of letting the inmates run the asylum and, oh, do what you were doing in the high school gym before you got here.
Right.
This is TV now. Like, I just kind of, you can mark the tape on me. I just, like, if this continues, I think somebody's going to get seriously injured live on television is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. 100%. I got nothing but agreement with what you're saying about AEW. We talked about it last week, where it's just kind of like a lull period for wrestling right now, holding pattern,
Right.
if you will. And I'm not even like, oh, I need to watch that. Right. Even like, I had a few minutes before we jumped on here, and I was doing some other stuff. But from when I got home to when we hit the actual record button, if I really wanted to, I could have read up on what happened on AEW this week, and I just kind of was like, no, we'll talk about Kenny Omega and we'll move on. Like, it's not, it's not like sucking me in as I thought it would. I'm watching definitely more of it than I ever thought I would be, just because, probably mostly because of this podcast, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just, we talk about it almost every week. There's a lot going on there where it's just like, come on, what are you guys doing? But, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and just going with what they just the things that they were promising. The fan base really wants to push this as, oh, this is it. Like, if you're not watching this, you're not a real wrestling fan, right? And it's just like, I don't know about that, bro. Like, if you were just as critical of if you were critical of AEW as critical as you are with WWE, you would be seeing some of this stuff, and they let a lot of stuff slide. I'll just say that.
Definitely. And I was gonna say I'd be all for Tony Khan buying Impact and making like a big, having a bigger promotion. But yeah, it's just a weird deal right now.
I think he needs a non-wrestler to book is what I think is missing. Because I think that was kind of the downfall of TNA and WCW. Like, you had guys that were still competing and booking, and I just think it's that, it's that ring of power from Lord of the Rings when you have somebody doing that. especially an older guy that's not ready to go, and not ready to show people that he's on the backside of his career. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna continue to watch, but I'm entertained by there's things I'm entertained by. But
you want to hear something WTF worthy?
Okay.
You just kind of mentioned it. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I've never seen
that is a WTF
any of the Lord of the Rings.
Oh man, you got homework. You got 9 hours of homework there, bro.
We could do a whole show on movies that like everybody else has seen or loves that I've never seen,
and candy that everybody else loves. And
Goonies is a movie I've never seen. I've actually never seen The Godfather. That's another one.
Yeah, that's a must.
Never seen Scarface. Trying to think off the top of my head here. There's a huge list of movies. This is like a big thing with me and my friends. They try to get me to watch shit all the time about like the movies that I've seen or haven't seen that I should have seen by now, and I just haven't done it, man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you're too old to not have seen some of these.
I know. All right, we got Kenny back for an Impact Minute. It's actually 5 minutes because we love Kenny and we've missed him. And he's going to cover the whole Rebellion pay-per-view in 5 minutes and let you know all about.
That's actually freaking impressive.
Let you know all about what happened on Impact, Rebellion, the fallout from this week and everything. Oh, but not this week, I guess, because they recorded on Thursdays, or they have their show on Thursdays. But here is Kenny from the Call Up at DA Call Up. All right. Thanks to our man Kenny with the Impact 5 minutes for tonight's show. We miss Kenny. We are sad that we cannot have him do the Impact Minute every single week because we record on Thursdays, and that's when Impact's on. So thanks, Kenny, for giving us the update on Rebellion. Let's jump into some news here. Actually, just announced today, Jason Jordan is taking over for Johnny Ace, John Laurinaitis, as far as being in charge of booking. I think this is a huge opportunity. He's only 32 years old.
Right.
I think this is a huge move. He is promoted to lead producer. My first thought was, man, Kurt Angle must be so proud
of his mixed son to go in there and become a producer. Sure. No, but I am like really happy for Jason there. Like he's to get some, especially to get some work. You know, like we haven't seen him in the ring in a good while now. So this is like, let's see what he's got. Let's
Yep.
You know, I'm always willing to give people a shot at, especially booking. Like booking's not easy, folks. Like just
No.
if you don't believe me, there's a good free game on whatever device that you're on.
Oh, Retro Wrestling or whatever?
Yes.
I love that game, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, try it. Like that.
But I suck at it.
So booking is not, like I said, booking is not easy, and that game kind of, or just play even playing Universe on 2K.
Right.
You know, you'll find yourself like, you know, booking these matches, and you're like, oh wait, I'm burying this guy. Like I haven't put this guy in the show in like a month. You're like, you know, you start to see it.
Yep.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Definitely. We also heard Mark. This actually happened while we were recording last week. Mark Carano, who was like the head of talent relations or something like that with WWE, was fired after Mickie James tweeted that she got her goodbye present from WWE and it was a trash bag with all her stuff in it.
Hard.
What I think is crazy is how much guys hate Mark, or people in like backstage seem to hate Mark Carano, and you've been there forever.
Right.
I only knew that dude from like from Total Divas and stuff, and I always thought he was like a freaking weirdo. Like I don't know, he just seemed real creepy, but also like a real asshole. And
and it caught up to him.
I was gonna say, like Gail Kim, Maria Kanellis, there's a couple other divas who tweeted the same thing that happened to them when they left. It wasn't like this is like a one-time thing. So that was a big news last week. Like as we were recording, we found out, I think it was like right after we stopped recording.
And we said, like, I believe it, like in the show that I think we were willing to say, like, I don't think that front office knew that this was going on, like when people were getting let go.
Right.
And that, I think that's totally like, I'm going to go with what I'm seeing here. And I don't think they knew that he was doing that.
Right. It's fucked up. Fuck that.
You're hard.
I did say I didn't watch much wrestling this week, but what I did watch, DJ, I know you watched it too, is the Roddy Piper A&E biography on A&E, obviously. What'd you think, man?
Well, I liked learning that Hot Rod was in South Central with me. Like, what is this?
I thought of you when I heard that part.
Rod was hanging out in South Central and getting in the fights. Anybody that can like go head up with Mr. T and not like, and I saw no fear in his eyes at all. Being in Mr. T's face.
Yep.
I had a little inkling. I was like, there's something about him. And there it was. This guy was fighting for money in South Central LA.
Yep. I loved the whole documentary. I love Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is someone who I appreciate as I got older. Like I think I've told the story on here before where I met him at a Comic-Con and he just took his time with us and like just was amazing. He was amazing.
You could tell he really liked the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And this story, there's like some sad stuff about it, and just
Yeah.
in it, and just some really good stuff too. I like that his son had the same exact haircut as Ronda Rousey at one of the WrestleManias or SummerSlams. But other than that, yeah, it's just a great story, man. That's one I like DVR'd it, and I'm gonna save it, and like I'm gonna watch it again down the road. Learned a few things. Learned that he was not actually from Scotland. I actually thought he was. I knew he was from like Saskatchewan, but I thought like he came from Scotland to Saskatchewan or vice versa. For some reason, this also made me. I have his book that his kids finished writing after he passed away, and it made me want to read it. So, and I haven't yet. I'm going to, but I just haven't had a chance yet.
Right. Yeah, I think like now that you say that, yeah, I think I might have to pick that up. I'd like to read that, especially with most of it being written by him. So that should be good.
Right.
Yeah, Roddy is. We would not. He is one of the like we. We like to give Hulk Hogan all this credit, and he does get some credit for this. But we would not be here. Like we would not be in the wrestling that we're watching now would not be here without Roddy Piper.
Right, absolutely not. And they kind of touch on that in the biography where they're saying he was the perfect like villain that Hogan needed to kind of bring it to the next level.
Right.
And I kind of forgot too, actually, that he disappeared for a little while, like right after WrestleMania 3. Yeah, you're right. 3. Yeah, because he fought Adrian Adonis at 3.
Where we got Brutus the Barber. Like that's how Brutus the Barber was born, was in that match.
But yeah, I just kind of forgot that he disappeared from like 3 to I think it was 5 he came back at.
Something like, for the Robert Downey thing. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, it was just like I kind of forgot about that. And he did have like some real weird peaks and valleys where like, he's an announcer for a little while, and then he went back to wrestling and just kind of all over the place, man. But so those documentaries are so good. I think the Macho Man is
that one's gonna be deep.
I think that one's this week. Yeah, I hope that one's as good as.
I say get your Kleenex ready for that one.
I think. I hope it's as good as the other ones. I'm not a huge. I saw Lanny Poffo's on it, and I'm not a huge Lanny Poffo guy. I feel like he's a little bit like Hogan, where all his stories are a little exaggerated, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right after, of course, biography was Hidden Treasures. Yep. I liked this episode of Hidden Treasures better than the first one. With Undertaker and Kane, and they're trying to find Kane's original mask. They're trying to find Taker's purple coat and the betrayal urn, and like there was some good stuff in it, some learning stuff. Thought Undertaker was actually really good on it, and Kane too, actually.
I learned some things about Kane in this one. Yeah,
I thought that they did a really good job with that one. And then honestly, just as good as these others. Well, just as good as the A&E biography was the Miz 24 on the network. Did you take that in?
I have not seen that yet.
Oh man, that won't give too much away. It gets sped up a little bit, like after he loses the world title the first time. It kind of gets sped up to like now, but it's still phenomenal little documentary on the network there. Miz 24, and it made me appreciate. Like I've always kind of, especially recently, liked the Miz. Like I've never hated him. No, I shouldn't say I never hated him. Once Maurice came back. Actually, let me go back even a little bit further. Sorry. When he was doing this stuff with Mizdow, that's when I kind of was like, Miz is all right. He's not just some like piece of crap, like schmuck. He's legit. He's legit. He's funny. He's good. And then then Maurice. That was so good.
He was taking bumps on the apron during the tag team matches.
They do talk about that a little bit in the 24.
Oh, good.
But yeah, then Maurice comes back and he's kind of like, then that's where he kind of gets his edge back and turns into a great heel, turns into a great, just a great performer.
Right.
So definitely take that in. And then Andrade, it was announced this week today, I guess, Andrade's first match is going to be against Alberto Del Rio if he's not in jail.
Exactly. Can he keep his hands off of people? And
I was going to say, I am not a Del Rio fan, so I will not be supporting this at all. And that's it for In the Ring, guys, this week. A little bit of an abbreviated version of In the Ring so that we can get to the Q&A episode. Now we're going to get to a little abbreviated version of Walk That Toy Aisle.
Nice.
Walk That Toy Aisle is brought to you by Stack of Cards. Hit up stackofcards.com. That's Stack of Cards with a Z.com and use the code RUN10 to save yourself 10%. 10%. Lots of good stuff on there. Of course, new drops every single Friday. He's got new drops over there. So check.
And he hits that. He pulls on that nostalgia cord every time.
Yep, there's been a few times I have not, full disclosure, I have not bought anything yet, but there's been a few times where I'm like, ooh, that's going to get me. It's like NHL cards or MLB cards or something where I'm like, oh, I might just buy that pack and see what happens, see what I get. But all right, let's get the big news today. Actually dropped that we're getting a Ringside Collectibles exclusive Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. DJ, what do you think about this?
Well, I mean, for those of us that have already ordered, like I already have Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, and
pre-ordered.
And the bunch of figures that I'm getting from that series, because there's a few guys in that series that I was like, okay, if you make this, I'll buy it, and then I'm a man of my word, so I did. First, the packaging. Why do you have Luchasaurus on Jungle Boy's shoulders?
That's the variant. That's not the regular packaging. The regular packaging has. Wait, what did you said? Luchasaurus on Jungle Boy's shoulders, right?
Correct.
Right. That's the variant. So there's two versions of this.
Okay.
There's a regular version and a variant. The regular version has Luchasaurus with Jungle Boy on his shoulders.
Okay.
And then there's a variant where Jungle Boy has Luchasaurus on his shoulders.
Got it. But I guess my point is, though, I'm not gonna, I already have the two figures. I don't need another pack of this.
Yeah, they are different. They look like the exact scan. The only thing that looks different is that Luchasaurus's like the paint on Luchasaurus's gear is a little bit different. It's funny, just scrolling social media, people either love this or hate it. They're like, there's no in between. There's either people that are like, nah, fuck that, or yeah, I'm gonna get that. It's dope. I love AEW.
Now, if you don't have the other ones pre-ordered, like if you're not, if you already don't have them in hand, then yeah, I think, and this was the two figures you were going to get in the series anyway. Yeah, then it's right up your alley. But if you already have them, I already got the bird in the bush here. So, so no, I'm good. Nice try.
I'm interested.
And no Marco. Now, if they put Marco in there, then that would have been different.
I think they could have sold a lot more if they put Marco Stunt in there, because obviously, like, we haven't gotten him yet, so why not? I mean, this is kind of, I don't want to say a money grab, but it's like there's no, there's
you
nothing.
Can say that. You can say
because it literally is the same two figures in the same as a 2-pack. They just changed the color of Luchasaurus's tights,
right?
Maybe Jungle Boys too, actually. I'm looking on Ringside Collectibles here. I don't know these AEW figures as good as I probably should. Yeah, they changed the color of Jungle Boy's tights too. Jungle Boy's got all black and brown tights on his regular figure.
Right.
And then on the 2-pack here, he's got like white and gold or brown or whatever. So a little bit different paint job, but
so it's like the Simpsons episode where with now Malibu Stacy has a bow in her hair,
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, you know what? Jungle Boy does have a different scan. He's screaming in the 2-pack, and in the regular Unrivaled set, he's just got like a regular plain face. So
that's interesting.
That seems to be the difference there. Just kind of off a first look, but pass for me, man. Pass for me.
Give me Marco.
What else we got here for wrestling figure news? Oh, Vader and John Cena are in and out of stock at Target.com. I keep getting notifications. So I have Vader pre-ordered. But it's still like it was on back order. It's, you know, getting stupid with the Target pre-orders as it does. And that I know this could happen when I pre-order from Target, but it was on back order and then it changed to shipping soon. And apparently I'm supposed to get it Monday, but we'll see if that actually happens. One of my friends did text me today that his shipped and he found one in store. So I have one waiting for me either way.
Right.
So I'm just kind of waiting to see. And I have the notification where if, you know, notify me when this is available. So I'm like, I'll try to order another one just to be safe. So I know I'm getting one.
Right.
I did order the John Cena just to kind of use as trade bait, or I'll either just return it or sell it. I'll do something with it. But that was popping in and out of stock with Vader. Vader was selling out so damn quick though. Yeah. And I was able to grab Cena. I'll have that tomorrow, Friday. Okay. So it's like in store pickup or whatever. So keep your eyes out though. You guys know these will be everywhere soon enough. Soon enough.
Remember what Fig Heel told us. Don't get try
to play the long game there.
Right.
AEW Series 1B, which is the updated skin tones for the AEW figures. It's the first wave that they put out, so you guys can pre-order those over on Ringside Collectibles. I'm not going to grab any of these. You guys know I'm not really a huge AEW collector. Exactly. The only one I've really been tempted by is Luchasaurus, to be honest.
It's a cool looking figure.
It is.
What about Penta? Didn't you like the Penta figure?
No, well, yeah, I thought it was a great figure, but not in my wheelhouse.
Okay, what about the Juice?
I was gonna say Orange Cassidy was one that I gave some hard thought to, and MJF, but ended up.
So see, I have all three of those.
I keep saying like if I find them in store, maybe I'll snag them, but I haven't seen the only one I've seen in store is Rio and the Bucks from Series 1.
Oh, okay.
But what else we got here? Barry Horowitz was added to Zombie Sailor's retro line. I have to grab it. I have to get it. It's in your wheelhouse. It's the classic. Yeah. Zombie is knocking them out of the park. And then I think I saw this in the Major Brothers group. There is a Ric Flair classic superstar on eBay right now. I can send you the link in our chat, DJ, here. Okay. If you have not seen this, so this is a 1 of 25 employee edition.
I'm about to say it's one of those employee ones.
Yeah, 1 of 25 Jack's 2005 employee edition figure. He's in a white robe, woo face. The back is open, so you can see the back of the robe.
I saw this on the Toys That Made Us.
Okay. Yeah. So there was one of these on eBay before for like $1,200.
Of course.
Did you get the link?
Not yet.
I sent it in the chat on StreamYard. The little private chat thing on the bottom or on the right. I mean,
yep. Nothing in there.
Weird. All right.
Wait. Well, no, now I see
it. Producing on the fly, guys.
Now
all right. The price right now, with 1 day, 18 hours to go, as we record, there is 74 bids. It's at $8,100.
And this is bids, so this is how much this guy is getting this money. Like this is not what this is not the buy now.
Right. This is gonna happen. I'm like in shock over this. Like how much it is, man. Like obviously I would love to own this figure. It's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
No.
It's crazy, dude. I was like, I saw like maybe I think it was Zack Ryder was doing like a.
Your wife would bury you with that figure.
Oh, she wants to do that anyway.
Yeah.
But
and she'll be at the funeral. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that hammer got lodged in the back of his head.
I'm watching it. I'm just so curious to how much this is going to go for. I think it's going to go over 10 grand. Like once you get to the end there, like I said, there's a day and 18 hours left. I think it's going to go over 10 grand. It's insane.
I think I'm gonna, as I'm plowing, in the salt mine, I think I'm gonna click over a couple few times just to see.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna buy it for me.
No, if I bought that would be an immediate flip.
Cella Retros, they announced Joey, who I've never heard of, random, but Cella toys, the retros, are now available over at figurecollections.com/shop.
Yeah.
And the big news over there, we told you some big news is coming from Jack over at Figure Collections. The big news,
he ain't playing with y'all,
is that you can go to figurecollections.com/shop right now and you can pre-order Hayabusa, which is series 1. You can pre-order Dynamite Kid, which I did last night.
DK.
You can also order the Mind of the Meanie 2-pack, which is Blue Meanie and his podcast host.
Ooh.
Ethan Page will be up there eventually, or he's up there, but he's not available for pre-order yet, but he will be soon. You can also get some other kind of fun figures if you look at the page. And then Nick Aldis is up there too. But the big thing is, guys, order these on figurecollections.com/shop. Hayabusa, Dynamite Kid, Nick Aldis, Blue Meanie 2-pack, whichever ones you want. Use the code RUNIN, all one word, RUNIN, and save 10%. You get 10% off of these. I ordered the Dynamite Kid last night. I cannot wait. Don't forget, Dynamite Kid also comes with a cape and a dog. Hayabusa is a great looking figure. I'm not going to grab Hayabusa. He's just not, as we were saying before, he's not in my wheelhouse. I go back and forth on Nick Aldis, just to like be cool to have the first figure of this line, but we'll see what happens. And I'm definitely not getting the Blue Meanie back, but all the others, man, he's gonna have, like I said, he's gonna have Ethan Page, the Bull Nakano he'll have, and he's working on getting his own exclusive. So stay tuned, because that's what I said. Nakano, not Nakano. Yes. I don't know. Bull Nakano, Nakano. The fat chick with the high hair.
That never got messed up during the match some kind of way.
It's true. It's true, man. All right. And then let's see here. That's it for wrestling stuff. NECA announced they put out, actually you could pre-order, and they put out pictures of the April O'Neil movie figure. Did you see this, DJ? Did you see the April figure?
I did see it.
What's your thoughts on it? Because I've got some thoughts, but what's yours?
Oh, okay. I do like the scan. Like, they did a very good job on her scan. I like that it comes with a Psy, because that's kind of like the thing that she found during the movie that, that kind of put her on the hunt for she didn't know they were going to be turtles, but she knew there was something up.
Yep.
After that, like, you probably what you're going to say, like, it wasn't, I don't know if I'm like, it made me, turn flips or anything. But what were you thinking? You're the turtle expert here.
I don't want to say I'm disappointed, because I'm not disappointed. I ordered it, but look at the legs. The legs look funky to me because, she's wearing a dress, she's wearing nylon stockings, whatever you call them, but like her knees look really weird in the pictures. I'm hoping, you look at the pictures and on the bottom it says prototype shown, not final. So hopefully, like the weirdness in these, like I think some of these look really like the pictures that they posted look really weird. And we say this all the time on our show. Give it a chance. Don't necessarily go just off the prototype pictures or the promo pictures, because things change. Like I said, I bought 2 of them because I'm going to flip one, but one of the scans, she looks like she's scared, which I guess, with what they're doing, maybe that makes sense. But in the movie, I just kind of was like, man, this is like, they made a big deal out of this. And I think it could have been better, but I don't know how it could have been better. If that makes any sense. I wasn't blown away by it. Now, our friend Charles Andrew did mention that in one of the pictures that they posted, there's a Casey Jones with no mask on. We lost DJ. Hey, welcome back.
There it goes.
You still there?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just make a note here that I got to edit that out. All right. So Charles Andrew pointed out to us, friend of the show, that in one of the promo pictures on NECA's Instagram, they show a maskless Casey Jones figure.
That's right. He's exactly
but there
right. Yep.
is no maskless Casey Jones figure announced. I don't think there is a maskless Casey Jones figure coming because I remember there was like some kind of tiff between NECA and the actor who played Casey Jones. And if you look at it, I'm looking at it on my actual computer. It looks like it was photoshopped, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But I did order 2 Aprils. I'm hoping it looks better when I get it than it does in the picture. Just
and NECA usually does. It usually does look better than the picture.
I feel like every figure looks better than the pictures.
That's true too. So yeah, I think you probably be all right.
You can order right now on NECA's website, the NECA store, and then they will be in Walmart for $29.99. Judith Hogue, who played April O'Neil. So you can but that was $99. Those are sold out already.
Right.
Those sold out pretty quick. So
I'm sure they did.
I didn't even attempt to grab one of those. I was like, I don't really need the extras that came with it. I just grabbed the regular figure. And then Super 7 put out some pictures of new turtles that are available in their Ultimate line that are available for pre-order. It's Leatherhead, Krang, and Samurai Leo, Samurai Battle Commander, sorry, and the Raging Cajun Gator.
I remember him.
Yeah. Oh, it's not Leatherhead. My bad. It's all right. It's Swamp Stompin' Raging Cajun Gator, Samurai Battle Commander, and Krang, and I don't know who this other guy is. Man, terrible planning on my part. Where's no
research?
No research. I had the wrong website up. There it is. I thought that was Leatherhead. The fuck. Anyway, but the Super 7s are the ones that they're built like they're doing like updated versions of the Playmates actual toys.
Right.
All right. So it is Ray Fillet. I do remember Ray Fillet. I remember the name. It is all right. So here they are. It is Leatherhead. Why did that?
You're second guessing yourself.
I am, I guess. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ultimates, Wave 5. Leo the Sewer Samurai, which I definitely remember having that one as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Ray Fillet, I remember having as a kid.
Okay.
Leatherhead, obviously, I remember having as a kid, and Krang, I remember having as a kid. I think I'm only getting though out of these 4. I think I'm only going with Leo, the Sewer Samurai, and because I like that was like one of my favorite toys as a kid. I remember having that, and I mean, I remember having all of these, but I remember like just being in love with that figure. I brought it everywhere, and then Krang, gotta have Krang. So, but these are available for pre-order right now. The price went up on these a little bit too. So, but at preorder.super7store.com. And then there were some Marvel Legends announced this week. Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. I still haven't even finished the series, man. I'm on like, I don't even know what episode I'm on. Maybe 2.
Yeah, I gotta get on that.
I gotta caught up.
Yeah, because I did. I like the suit. I like the story that they told before he decides to put the suit on. Not to, I don't want to give it away for folks that didn't see it all the way yet. But it's not, they really go into it like with things that are really happening around us. So, yeah, I did enjoy it.
Yeah. There's some good stuff, on Hasbro Pulse for pre-order. It's, Captain America, Sam Wilson, sorry. Loki, from the Disney Plus series. the White Vision, but he's sold out. Scarlet Witch was available, but she sold out. Baron Zemo sold out, and Winter Soldier is up, but he's sold out as well. And then Marvel Legends series action figure U.S. Agent is still available up there. So
I called that one too. U.S. Agent. I told y'all he was going to be called U.S. Agent.
And Civil Warrior with Shield is available up there too. So, all right, that's it for toy news. You got any weekly purchases this week, DJ?
Well, finally, with the help from the power of the Warriors, I finally got my Ultimate Warrior ringside collectible exclusive.
Nice.
And I'm with you. I think I'm going to order another one. Because I really want to open this figure and put him with the others, but I also want one in that box.
So, I haven't opened either one of mine yet. I've been slacking.
So I think I'm gonna get another one. And then like we were talking about before we came online, I went back to. I finally got my last box of stuff from my old place, and I found my Faces of Sting figures.
Oh, nice.
And also my Tough Talkers, like the big 12-inch ones that talk to each other. So I have a Diamond Dallas Page and a Sting that talk back and forth with each other. And then from our our folks that are one of our sponsors of Fig Tees, like I'm going to be talking to you, Toy Biz did not do a good job on this shirt that they put on Sting here. I think I can get a better Wolfpack shirt than this.
That's right. So, from figtees.co.uk. Use the code RUN15 for 15% off any order.
Yes. So I'm getting a new Wolfpack shirt for that. And then all those Stings will be joining the other Stings. And like I said, about opening that box, folks, it is that red one. It is the red Sting, Surfer Sting with a red robe. That red robe is not meant to be out in the open. Every time I touch it, I get the glitter. the glitter from the robe all over my fingers.
That sucks.
Yeah.
For me, my weekly purchases here, I got the U.S. title from Figure Collections, the one that came with the Goldberg and Bret Hart 2-pack. He gave me a really good price on it, obviously because we're friends and he's a proud sponsor of the show. So he hooked me up with a great price on that.
Nice.
I actually got that last week, and I forgot to put it in my weekly purchases. I got the Legends, Eddie Guerrero, and Paul Orndorff. I don't remember if I talked about those last week, so I put them on this week's list. That was the $9.99 deal at Target.com.
Right.
And I'm kind of holding on to them because people might need them. I bought Paul Orndorff thinking I didn't have that one, and I did have it. So I'm an idiot. So, but then I went to Target, and I think somebody bought a bunch of these and then returned them for store credit, because now my pegs at my Target are full of Eddie Guerrero, Ultimate Warrior, and Paul Orndorff. So what I'm thinking they did is they bought them for $9.99 on Target's website, had them delivered to their house, and then
got themselves another $10 in store credit.
Got themselves the $20 store credit that you would normally get if you return them. I'm like, because the pegs were full of this line. I did grab two more Ultimate Warriors from that line because they were matching the price for $9.99.
That's
in
a
store
no-brainer
on the app. So I was like, I'll grab those.
Yep.
And I just kind of put them away for right now. We'll see what happens. I already have that figure, but as Kyle Peterson says, you don't leave any warrior left. No warriors left.
No warrior left behind.
Yeah, exactly. Is his motto. So other than that, though, I think I said I got my pro wrestling crate. Pretty good crate this week. It was all tag teams, or this month. Money Inc. shirt, Young Bucks shirt, which I'll probably just give away because I'm not a huge Young Bucks guy. Lucha Brothers bottle opener, FTR autographed 8x10.
That's nice. That's a nice one.
Machine Gun, not Machine Gun, Motor City Machine Guns pin. Probably give that away. I forget who the brawler was. It was I'm having a brain fart from it. Next month's crate looks amazing. Brian Pillman exclusive item is going to be in it. It looks like they're teasing like a Hollywood Blondes t-shirt.
Yeah, I saw the Hollywood blonde symbol. So
I am not canceling my subscription. I was kind of hoping for a Brian Pillman brawler, but I'll take the Hollywood Blondes t-shirt. But all right, DJ, you ready to do this? You ready to add some? You ready to answer some questions here?
I'm about to act a fool on these. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this is going to be our Falls Count Anywhere segment. It is the Q&A episode number 3 for us. We got a handful of questions here to answer for you guys. And we took everybody who asked us a question. Even if we didn't use your question, we took your questions and we put your name into a little generator, and we're going to pick a winner after all these questions to get a Eagle Moss 2-pack of statues of the Rock and Sock Connection. Let's do it. Let's jump right in, man. Zach Egoff, friend of the show. He says, how did you guys meet, and what's the one thing that has surprised you guys the most about your relationship? So we talked about it before on the show. I'm surprised Zach didn't know this. We met through the Chick Foley Show Patreon group. That's how we met Zach. That's how we met Phil. That's how we met Mike Lanham. We're
a spinoff.
That's right. The cast of characters. So I was looking to do a podcast. I had the itch through quarantine and COVID, and me and DJ just ended up hooking up through that group. I bought the Razor Ramon Hasbro from him, and we just kind of started shooting the shit, and the rest is history, as they say.
Right. Like if you go and listen, I did the WrestleMania review show last WrestleMania with the Chick Foley Show, and it made me realize that I can do this. I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And I even mentioned it on the show, and you can hear them like literally chanting for me to do it. So then I met this guy, and he's like, oh, I'm familiar with podcasting.
Yep.
And then here we are.
All right. So second part of that question is, what's the one thing that has surprised you guys the most about your relationship? I'll let you answer that first.
I think it's that we have a relationship like we've known each other for 20 years is what surprised me. Like, I think we got very comfortable with each other very quickly, which doesn't happen with human beings all the time. So yeah, like, I mean, I've been to his house, and we were like, I was just as comfortable there as anywhere. So
yeah, I agree, man. It shocked me. And I golfed this morning with some friends, and I was like, oh, I got to do a podcast tonight. Not complaining or anything, but I was just saying, like, if he's in California, so it's only like 7:30 for him when we start, and it's 10:30 for me. And they're like, wait, you do a podcast with a guy in California? And I'm like, yeah, guy in California. So they start asking, but yeah, for me, it's the same thing, man. Like, it feels like I've known you forever. And I think that's awesome. I think it's great. But let's move on before we get too mushy here. We want to bang through these.
I must say so we can stop stroking each other off here and get to the next question.
This one was hard for me to answer. Worst professional wrestling match you've ever seen, either in person or on TV. This is from our friend Jeff Guyette, who DJ actually met while he was out here. Yes. He came and had some drinks and dinner with us. So what's the worst professional wrestling match you've ever seen, DJ, either on TV or in person?
I would say in person. I went to an independent show, and because I like this federation, I'm not going to say the name of it, but there was a table match that they didn't gimmick. Like, I can tell that they didn't gimmick the table before the match started. And and this guy, like, it took him about 4 times to get him through the table.
Oh.
And that 4th time, like, he was like, both of them were standing on top of the table, and he was doing this he was trying to power bomb him through this table, and it wouldn't break. And he tried the exact same setup and everything. The fourth time, as soon as he gets him up on his shoulders, the power bomb him through, and then the table gives way before he's able to complete the power bomb. You can, if they tape this, you can hear me laughing in the background, like because everybody else is like jaw drop, but I was laughing. Like this was the funniest thing I ever saw. It was the worst match I ever saw. I felt like I could have just rolled into the ring and continued in this match. It wouldn't have made a difference. So yeah, it was horrible. And one of the guys in the match, but I will name this, like one of the guys in the match, that guy that does the dickplex.
Joey Ryan.
Yeah, he was in the match.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. That's hilarious. I feel like that should be on Table Fail Tuesday on WrestleBotch on Instagram.
It's probably somewhere.
For me, I have 173 matches that I think are the worst matches in history, and they're all the wins in Goldberg's streak. You guys knew that was coming.
Oh, that's great. So even when he beat the flock, man, that was when he beat Raven in the flock.
I actually I don't have a match that stands out that I either saw on TV or in person. I feel like there's been a lot of bad wrestling that I've seen, so it all just kind of blends together. I feel like I remember the good stuff I've seen more than the bad stuff. I'm trying to think of independent shows. Yeah, it is. It really is. I'm trying to think of I've been since he sent us this question, I've been trying to figure out independent shows, WWE shows, just trying to think of what I would pick, and I can't really pinpoint anything. So I'm glad you had a good one for that. And I'll just stick with the 173 matches that Goldberg won.
Those 173 matches. Okay.
All right. So friend of the show, Phil Gentile asks, if you didn't collect, what would you spend your money on? You go first.
This was a tough one for me because of the word collect. That's why it was a tough one for me, because it's okay, if I'm not collecting toys, right? So I almost can't say, I don't even feel comfortable with, because the word collect is in there, even say video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like video games, but I almost feel like I'm collecting video games. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why this was a tough one for me. I'd probably be if I wasn't collecting, then I'd probably be spending my money what I'm probably supposed to be spending it on, savings and all that kind of shit, all the, the shit I should be probably doing. I would probably that $20 that went to that action figure would probably go into my retirement or something like that.
It's a very irresponsible answer.
Yeah. So that's what I think would be.
This is another one where I'm I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, man. I really don't know. I don't know if I would collect something different. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think I didn't want to answer with something else I would be collecting, I guess is the reason why that was such a tough question.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So part of me was maybe I'd gamble more. But I don't like losing money, so
I don't either. At least this action, here it is. It's something I can hold on. Here, it's a physical thing that's right here with me. Right.
Some of them are investments.
Yes, and some of them are investments. Correct.
Not that I'm going to get rich and be able to retire off of these things, but when I'm ready to get out of the game, they're going to be worth something. Especially if I get out of the game. Not that I'm going to, but if I'm going to get out of the game soon, the figure market right now is insane.
Right.
The collecting,
or if
the
I
collector.
If I don't feel like paying for a tire for my car,
right.
Hey, I can sell this figure and that'll pay for the tire.
I'm trying to think of what I would collect if I didn't collect figures, man. Because I collect different things. We've talked about it on the show before. Where, I collect vinyl. I collect. I have Pearl Jam posters from all the concerts. Not all, but most of the concerts that I've seen in person. I have them for Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, some of my favorite bands. So maybe that. but I don't know, man. I've always been into the figures, and there's
Right.
really been nothing else that kind of is like I'm kind of like with you, where it's like I'm buying video games, I'm not collecting them.
Right.
DVDs, I'm buying them, I'm not collecting them. You know what I mean? I don't even buy DVDs anymore, but
All right. I'm all digital now. Yeah.
using that as an example. But this is one I've like been not stewing, but stirring on all day, because like even like my DJ equipment, like I buy that, but it's not collecting it. It's not, you know what I mean?
No, that's a tool.
Oh, I know what it would be. I would collect arcades. I would definitely collect arcades.
Ooh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I probably would as well.
This is way cheaper. But
It is.
yeah, I think arcades would be my answer.
Barely. This is barely cheaper.
All right. Next question. Who do you think is the greatest world champion of all time, and why is it The Miz? We're going full circle here because we were talking about The Miz earlier.
We were talking about The Miz. I'm glad, John, that you think that The Miz is the greatest world champion, but I do not. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's that question came to us from John James, who's battling cancer right now and is a friend of the show. Yes. And hopefully we'll be at that Blitzkrieg Pro show next week. But
yes, come on, John, come on out.
This I put that on there just because it made me pop, because he put the Miz part at the end.
Yeah,
I think you know who our favorite world champions are if you listen to the show. Obviously, Ric Flair and Sting.
Right.
But I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of like how to reword this, but I just can't stop laughing at the Miz being somebody's favorite world champion of all time.
Because what's he like? I mean, with both title reigns, what's he had the title for like a week?
He had it for a decent run the first time, I believe.
Okay. I like for whatever reason in my mind, it was like he won it and had it for like, a couple of Raws and then, got his teeth knocked down his throat and that was it.
Let's see. It says WWE. I just looked up real quick. WWE champion 2010 to 2011. Yeah, he won it November 20th.
I was about to say he probably won it close to New Year. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds about right. Go ahead.
And then he lost it. I'm just kind of scrolling through here.
Right.
He lost it sometime in 2011. So.
Right.
He was the first time he was champion for a decent amount of time. So, all right. Next question is from Javier Diaz, who, congratulations, is going to be a dad for the second time. He posted on Facebook in the Fig Cave today. Since Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, The Rock, Stone Cold, and John Cena have become at one point starred in a lot of movie roles, who do you think could be the next action star out of any wrestler working today? This is an interesting question because I think Roman's worked on some movies.
He's already been on Fast and Furious.
Yeah, The Miz has obviously been in movies. Sasha Banks is in The Mandalorian.
Right.
So let's stay away from those and see if there's somebody aside from those who we just mentioned and Randy Orton, because I think Randy Orton's in like a couple.
Right. So somebody that has not been on the screen yet, just to make it a little bit more spicy, right?
You know who I think could do it, and I don't know if he's been in any movies, is Dolph Ziggler.
I think that wasn't he in one of the Marine movies?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, but I would pick him. I would pick Ziggler.
You pick Ziggler. Okay. I would pick. So I got two picks actually. So one would be Dexter.
Yep.
And I can see like obviously like some kind of horror movie. And then I would pick Damian Priest.
Okay. I could see that.
Like, he's got the voice. Like he's got that. Like I said, like if you close your eyes and listen to him talk, he sounds damn near like Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel, yep.
Yeah. So
not Kevin Nash Diesel.
No, not Kevin Nash, Vin. So he, even if it's like voice work, like he might get it.
Yep. Next question is, how different would the wrestling world and specifically the Attitude Era have been if the curtain call never happened and Triple H didn't get punished in Austin 316, never had a chance to be born? That's from Jeff Guyette again.
Good question.
That is a damn good question. I don't think the Attitude Era would have been anything close to what it was if that had happened. If Triple H ended up King of the Ring, Austin probably would have ended up coming out another way, I think. Or breaking through, pun intended, with the glass. Another way, I think. But I don't think the Attitude Era would have necessarily been as big as it was if it wasn't for the curtain call.
I think we would be literally in what we are in now. Is my answer. Because you see
a couple of stars but nobody really
right now
the gold ring.
Nope. Right. Right now we're just kind of not that it's not fun, but we're kind of going through the motions. We don't have those stars right now, in either company, not in AEW or WWE. Do we have that guy that, oh, this guy's about to when you knew The Rock was about to have a promo after the next commercial break, you stayed. You wanted to hear The Rock's promo. Yep. You wanted to hear Stone Cold's promo. When the NWO was going to come out, especially when Scott Hall was going to come out.
Hey yo.
Yeah, you were going to be there for the hey yo.
Yep.
So, you wanted to watch the last segment of Nitro because you knew that there might be a drop in. Right? So, we don't have that. We don't have that on either show right now. And that just from this question, you have to go back to the curtain call. You do. Mm-hmm. You have to go back to the curtain call. And
yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. Great question. Jeff has one more for us. Which wrestler, past or present, would you most want to grab a beer with? And why would the answer be Bailey? Jeff loves Bailey. I would love to grab a beer with Bailey. Not
as long as she's wearing some some tight jeans or something. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But let's pick another wrestler. That was a loaded question.
I mean, obviously, if I'm picking Ric Flair, I'm probably not alive in the morning.
Right.
Going back to
under the table. Yeah.
Absolutely. Going back to when I met Roddy Piper, he said to me and my friends, he said, you guys, it looks like we could have a lot of fun together, but we'd all end up in jail. So I think, though, if I had to pick anybody, there's two people that come to mind, and they're not even my favorites of all time. It would be Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Because I would love to just pick his brain.
Right.
And I think the other one, to be honest with you, is because of his podcast and his show on the network, is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think he's just so good at storytelling, and he has a good memory for going through all the stuff that he went through. I think Stone Cold and Vince McMahon would be my two answers.
All right. So my two, and I know I'm going to picking these two people. I totally know that the night would not end up well, but hey, this is what the question's for. I would go Sheiky Baby.
Oh, wow.
And I would go New Jack.
You could end up dead.
No, I think he would protect me. I think New Jack wouldn't let me get hurt per se. But like Roddy said, though, I think all three of us will probably end up somewhere locked up somewhere, but but I don't think there'll be any death involved.
That's another good question. I love those kind of questions.
Yes.
Who would you want to go grab a beer with?
But Sheiky Baby, I think that would be just that. I think I would run out of I think my voice would just go out from laughing from listening to Sheiky Baby go off on people.
All right, next question from Chris Matthews of the WrestleGeddon podcast. He says, hypothetically, your significant other tells you that you have to cut down your collection to one line of figures. What would that one line be? This is an easy answer for me.
You don't be with that person anymore. No, go ahead. What's your?
No, man, I go WWE or WWF wrestling. It would be the one thing I keep. That's what I have the most of. That's like what got me into collecting and got me into this hobby, and that's kind of where the where it's bled over into other lines because of the wrestling figures. Because I'm in the toy aisle looking for wrestling figures,
right?
Is where I first saw Marvel Legends, or I first saw Star Wars Black Series, or whatever else I'll be collecting. That's wrestling for me, hands down.
Yeah, I this was a tough one for me because like if you guys are looking on YouTube, you can look over my shoulder and see like up on the top there is Hot Toys, but yeah, and there's a few superheroes in there, but like you said, I think the majority is wrestling. They're like, wrestling is just such a good action figure collecting because it's like you get to see the live action figure like kind of perform every week, right? Or you did see them perform every week, and I think that's what gives you more of a emotional connection to a wrestling action figure rather than like a cartoon or a comic book. So yeah, it would be wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And every time you say Hot Toys, I think of the Missy Elliott song "Hot Boys." Hot Boys, you got what I want. All right. What's the one thing you would love to see tracked down on A&E's WWE Hidden Treasures? This is a question. This is from Qstown Collector, Qstown_collector on Instagram. This is a great freaking question. And this is another one where I've been thinking about it all day.
What'd you come up with?
Honestly, like I'm thinking back to like, the most historic moments in wrestling, or like the stuff that really sticks out to me. I would love them to come across the Zamboni that Steve Austin drove into the arena.
That'd be nice.
That's got to be somewhere, right?
Yep.
And then the other thing I was thinking was one of the original WrestleMania ring carts.
Like WrestleMania 3, yeah.
Or WrestleMania 6 when they used them. Like, I think that would be awesome to have those on display somewhere. And again, we don't know if they actually have these anywhere, but I would love to see them try to track those down or featured on the show.
I'm with you. Like I like to find like the classic stuff. Like I would like a Killer Bees mask, for example. Yep. I would like a Wendy Richter, like the Blue Leopard outfit, like that she won the title in. That'll be nice. Because nobody ever beat Moolah. So that was like, so that was a historical moment, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff like that, like what Mike Sharp's forearm band,
his gauntlet, or whatever you want to
call it. I think that would be a fun one.
I thought that was a really good question, especially and timely. I just had another thought. What the hell was it? Shit, I totally lost my train of thought. It was something. Oh man, what the hell was it? I'll have to come back to it.
Yep.
There was Ultimate Warrior's jacket from the speech he gave the last, like right before he died. I think that would be a good one too.
Yeah, if they don't already have it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't already have it. So those are three I think that would be huge to have: the Zamboni, the jacket from Warrior, and one of the.
I guess you gotta have the milk truck too, then, huh?
Nah, fuck that milk cart. Fuck Kurt Angle.
All right, aren't you meeting with Phil pretty soon?
Next question comes from John Swallow from the Coming Down the Aisle podcast. He has said, if you had a pen or if you had a pencil and could change one thing about WWE, NXT, and AEW, what would it be? This is another good one. These questions are tough.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got, DJ?
Let's see. I'm gonna go WWE. and I'm going back to nothing, like no promo scripted. Like this is what you're going to talk about, and I want you to go out there and do it in your character. Like show me that you know your character, and that like no script, like no. I'm not going to give you the words. You are your character. You should know the words that would come out of his mouth.
I like that answer better than like somebody saying getting away from the PG era. Like I like the fact that you're like doing it, like it's taking something specific and changing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Great answer, DJ. For me, it would be AEW. And I would take that pencil and I would do two things with it. I would sign Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
And I would erase everything we've done that we said we weren't going to do. That's my answer. That's my answer to that one.
Okay.
Like everything that we said we weren't going to do, that WWE does. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like where they made these promises like we're gonna be different. I would take the pencil and erase them saying that.
Literally the only thing different is keeping the records. Like that's it. Like that's the only thing different about AEW from WWE right now.
Yep. You're right. You're right, man. Next question comes from TNT 26X on Instagram.
All right.
Thoughts on who should dethrone Kenny Omega's championship reign? I got my answer. What's yours?
I'm gonna go left field. I'm gonna go Moose.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going MJF.
That's a good one.
MJF is the biggest star in AEW, in my opinion, and I think he should be world champion. I know he's young. I know he's got learning to do and stuff, but I don't know, man. I think he should be rocking the belt. Rocking that belt.
Right.
Next question. We're cruising through these, man. Next question is from John O'Connell. What is a figure you've bought for a non-figure fan that really floored them? You got an answer for this one? Or you want me to go first?
You go first. I'm still trying to trying to figure out how I'm going to answer this one.
This is actually an easy one for me. A few years ago, NECA came out with the full-size Golden Girls figures. My wife loves Golden Girls, and I was at Target, and they had all four, and I grabbed all four of them for her, and she loved them up until she decided to declutter. Well, actually, I also left her a note with them. Like I had to go somewhere and I left them on the table for her with a note that says, you know, happy Thursday or whatever day it was or whatever. Love you more than Blanche loves the D is the note I wrote on that. And she was just like, she fucking loved it. But she was decluttering the other day and was like, I don't really want these anymore. Like, I don't know what to do with them. I just knocked over my bang. Good thing it was empty. She's like, I don't really know what to do with these anymore. Like I'm, trying to declutter and stuff. So she gave them to me and I gave them back to me and I sold them on eBay for a lot of money. They went for a lot of money. If you guys have those figures, Dorothy went for $127 just by herself.
Okay.
So, and then she was like,
"What'd you do?"
Yeah, she was like, "What'd you do with those Golden Girls figures?" And I was like, but I gave her, we split the money. I gave her some.
I bought you a new pair of shoes, baby.
Yeah. Well, she was like, you sold these and you didn't tell me? And I was like, well, I sold them on eBay. So I need to make sure, true story, need to make sure everything went through and that, nobody's posting negative feedback or asking for money back or anything like that before I told you, I did it and that we had them. Or I had the money. So, yeah, she like I said, my guys, she was over the moon for that. Loved them. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Well, I got my sister is she is a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. And so that, that day that basically almost all of the Fig Cave got a a 7-Eleven.
I got mine right here.
Yeah. So does she. Like, she also got one, and she didn't even know about them, because
Nice.
she's not a figure person, but she loved it. Because she just never, like, she's seen Pops before, but she didn't even know that they even made one for Stone Cold, or that it looked like that or anything. So
yep.
So she was quite over the moon when she got her package.
That's awesome. I do like buying figures for people, especially when they don't know like stuff's out and they love, a certain thing or love a certain figure or a certain character or something like that. I do love doing that.
That's the new box of candy.
Yeah. I bought my wife too the Golden Girls like it was NECA or Reaction or Funko made like a 4-pack of the small Golden Girls. And I bought her that too. Actually,
that. Yep.
I don't. She actually opened that and like put them on her desk at work. This comes from Jack Slime from Figure Collections. He says, "What's the most excited you've ever gotten for a present on a birthday or Christmas?" I think he's like referring to toy, like action figure wise.
Sure. There were two. There was twice that I was really just over the moon. One was like the first time was there was a Christmas where like my parents, like, they like to like to get to the room where all of the toys, like the living room where all the toys are, you have to walk down this hallway, and then you turn, you make this right turn, and then you see the Christmas tree and whatever Santa left under the tree. So the one thing that they left not even wrapped and just under the tree, just had a bow on it, was Castle Grayskull.
Oh yeah.
So I'd lost my shit when I when I walked into the living room and saw Castle Grayskull.
That's awesome.
And then I started unwrapping figures. Like, so I had multiple figures, Battle Cat and all that. Like, it was a Masters of the Universe Christmas, basically. Don't even remember anything else I got that. I probably didn't play with it for a while. The second time was it was a birthday, and I was supposed to have a party at Chuck E. Cheese, like a whole party with the guys that grew up with me around on my block. But that day, my mom got her purse stolen at her job. So she couldn't, make the payment to have the party. So we had to have a really like a small, like we just went to a restaurant. But my uncle saved the day when he got me 2 action figures. It was Rambo and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Commando at the same time. Like, he bought those 2 figures, and for what, like, I was, and I didn't even know about that Commando was even an action figure yet. I'd seen the movie, but I didn't even know there was an action figure for it. So I was like, that got me. Like, just like I guess the circumstances around what happened, and then having that kind of a surprise at the end was all worth it. Yeah,
for sure. For me, it's I don't remember what birthday it was, but one of my birthdays got my first WWE Hasbro, WWF Hasbros. My aunt made me a wrestling ring birthday cake. I think I've talked about this before on the pod.
I like this one.
It came with $1 Million Man, Bruce the Barber Beefcake, Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan. Or Macho Man. I can't remember. It was either Macho Man or Hulk Hogan. And I just like that. I remember that constantly like when we're talking about toys and stuff like that. Right. And then the other thing is the first time I got Nintendo. It was the first video game I ever had, or, first video game system I ever had. Parents, left the box, under the Christmas tree. And then, a little kayfabe note from Santa that, said, it's all hooked up for you in the basement. So, those are like the 2 biggest things I remember, or 2, things that stand out that I remember getting for birthday and Christmas? Good question there from Jack over at Figure Collections. Don't forget to hit figurecollections.com/shop. Buy those cello retros and use the code RUNIN to save yourself 10%. All right, this is from Dan Martinez. What's the cheapest retail you remember seeing? Clearance excluded. So cheapest figure for like figure at retail you remember seeing, clearance excluded, which is kind of a random question because clearance is usually the lowest it gets. Usually goes from retail to clearance, but my quick answer was Five Below.
Mhm.
You see basics at Five Below every once in a while. I actually saw elites at Five Below 2 or 3 years ago, like the series of Nasty Boys were in.
Okay.
And I think it was like Kevin Owens' first figure when he came with the NXT title.
Mhm.
That whole set was at my Five Below for a while. The retros were at Five Below. Like I said, basics are at Five Below. So I don't really consider that clearance because Five Below has its own clearance section. So
Right.
that was like my quick answer when I would have read this question. That was what I thought.
We need Five Belows over here.
Oh, you guys don't have them?
No Five Below.
I know that.
Yeah. So if I, make some money and I guess I want some kind of a franchise kind of a thing, maybe I'll do that. But
That's right.
but let's see. Well, I used to go to KB Toys a lot.
Three for $10, baby.
And then you could get, so that's where I got most of my Hasbros, and Hasbros and Galoobs were at KB Toys. And the one, like I told you, the one I sold you was literally like I was in, like I think junior year of college, and I was just messing around at the mall. Hey, let me go to this KB Toys, and they were just like you said, it was like 3 for $10 or something crazy like that at the KB Toys, and I just loaded up on Hasbro's, right? Like not even, and then those things were sitting in my college trunk like all this time. Huh. That like something told me back then, like, you know what? I'm not playing with these, so how about let's not open them. Like let's just see what happens, kind of thing. So it got me a podcast. Like not opening
30 years later.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, Five Below is definitely my standout answer there. But yeah, man, KB. 3 for $10. I remember buying Galoobs at Child World. I don't know if you had a Child World.
Nope.
But and then like buying Hasbro's at KB. I don't know why I remember like the significant difference, but
yeah,
I remember buying Jack's too
when they first came out. I didn't see the commercial or anything yet. Just happened to be at the mall on that Saturday afternoon. It's like, wait, WCW, and they're how much? I think I can get the whole series like right now. So,
love it.
Yep,
love it. All right, we got a couple more questions left here, and then we'll announce the winner of our Eagle Moss statues 2-pack. Tony Mateus asks us, do Build-A-Figures really matter to you? You can use, WWE Build-A-Figures or the Marvel Legends. It's up to you. I got a few different opinions on this, but you go ahead with yours first, my man.
I guess it depends on the figure. Like, I kind of would like a Paul Ellering, for example. Yep. But I don't want to get all the figures that you have to get to build Paul Ellering, which makes it like, also like, double, triple the price when you try to go buy one from somebody secondhand.
No, it's not usually that bad, actually. It depends on the figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to say, like, if you want just a figure, I'm going to do a quick search here on eBay real quick. Paul Ellering, Build-A-Figure, BAF. $24.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
With Rocco.
Okay.
For the figure, and then $3 shipping.
I do want to get that rolled up piece of newspaper from the hold.
Yes. From I forget which Marvel Legend it comes with, but it's one of the retro Spider-Man Legends.
Is it J. Jonah Jameson?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. You can get $26 for the whole figure. He's not too bad on here. I think because there's so many of these WrestleMania elites showing up now.
That's true. Yeah, they're like all over the place now.
Sorry, carry on your thought. interrupted you.
But it depends on it depends on the figure. Like sometimes they have like a build a figure that, I'm not even, it's a figure that I'm not wanting, even if try to sell me this figure whole, so
yep.
What am I building it for?
I think WWE wise, they've knocked the build a figures out of the park for the most part. We got Fink, we got JJ Dillon, we got Danny Davis, Paul Bear was a build a figure until they re-released him in the Champions line. Trying to think of Paul Ellering, like I was all for that one.
Yep.
And I did it. I bought the 2 figures I wanted from that set, the China and the Shawn Michaels, and then I just bought the parts off of groups or eBay or whatever. So honestly, it probably cost me $24 for the 2 part pieces I needed. But yeah, I agree with you. It depends on who it is. Marvel Legends is very different for me. Marvel Legends, a lot of the build figures are like guys I don't really care about. They're doing the same thing. They're either doing it one way or the other with Marvel Legends, because there's a couple Marvel Legends where I'm like, I got to make this happen. Like I bought, why can I not think of his name? Sandman, the Spider-Man villain. I bought his Build-A-Figure and I like pieced it all out. Like I bought the pieces individually for, between $12 and $15 each instead of buying all the figures. Because there wasn't a ton of the figures I wanted in that line. Off the top of my head, I might have maybe bought like 1 or 2 of the figures. But yeah, the rest of I think he's the only actual Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure I have, to be honest with you. But I like them. It's a way to get characters that you may not, normally buy in the line. Like guys like Paul Ellering or guys like Howard Finkel. Like Howard Finkel actually is probably different. People would probably buy a Howard Finkel figure, but it's just a way. Danny Davis, perfect example, a way to get a different figure in the line. And I like them. I like seeing what they come up with for them. So, but yeah. So that's our thoughts on the good old Build-A-Figures. We got 2 questions left. Let's do it. James Taylor. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Yeah.
Would you buy 3.75-inch wrestling figures? So Marvel Legends did the 3.75 for a little while.
Yep.
Star Wars Vintage series does the 3.75 series. Would you buy wrestling figures in 3.75 series?
They got NBA and baseball figures now too.
Yes. Yep.
3.7. I think so. Like, especially like, cause I'm liking the vintage package the vintage card that they're putting these on.
Yep.
And I can see them doing like, say, like make it look like the old, like, trading cards is the way I would do it. Like make it look like the old trading cards and then put your figure on there. And I think that would look good. I'd do it.
I say all the time, I wish I started my Star Wars Black series with the 3.75 series instead of the 6-inch, because there's so many figures in the Star Wars Black series. I could fit so much more. Wrestling, though, I don't think I would do it. I don't know why. I just like having a 6-inch figure, which is weird because the retros are like 4 inches maybe.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't do a 3.75 articulated figure. I just not my cup of tea.
Well, it would definitely be like, so that would be MOC for me. Like that, that would be, because it would all depend on the card, like the card looking good. Like say if I put it on the wall or something.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. All
right. Last question here. Is there Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fatigue? Absolutely.
I had a feeling.
Which is why I'm like looking at these Super 7s and I'm like, man, I don't need all 4 of these. You know that? Like I am trying to cut back, people. I am. I told you last week I'm getting rid of my He-Man line, Masters of the Universe line. I got to do something. I'm got to do something. I got to do something.
Oh
So
man,
yes, there is.
don't we all say this? Like we all say this. There's everybody listening to this. There is a collection somewhere in your room where you're like, dude, I got to cut back on this. What am I doing?
There is definitely Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fatigue, though, for sure. But like, give them credit, man. Like every time they drop something,
They make it tempting. Yeah.
They do. They make it tempting, or they make me feel like I gotta have it. And I know I'm not the only one.
That's their job. Like they make toys and that they want you to buy. That's the point.
Yep, definitely. All right, guys, that is it. Oh, yeah, you agreed. Never mind.
I agree.
Let's announce the winner of our Eagle Moss statue. So we put all those names in the little wheelofnames.com wheel here.
Wheel of names.
Yeah, I do too. It's fun. It's fun. The winner is Phil Gentile.
All right.
Not even rigged there. Nice job, Phil. We'll send that out to you. Congratulations, my friend. All right, guys, that's it for our Q&A episode. I love doing these Q&A episodes.
Yeah.
You guys always ask us great questions. Thank you guys for
coming up
listening.
On a year, huh?
Bro, I was going to talk to you about that off air. Yeah, we got to figure out maybe a giveaway, something big, man. We got to figure something out here. We'll talk off the air about what we might be doing. So, but yeah, time to wrap things up here, guys. Don't forget to hit up the Fig Cave podcast. That's Phil Gentile's podcast. You can also go to thefigcave.com, join the free Facebook group. Me and DJ are live in there with our friends, Kenny, Mike Lanham, Zach Egolf, and Phil right after every pay-per-view, every WWE pay-per-view. We're doing giveaways.
That's right. Come on.
That's right. And we're going to be setting up shortly a online league for MLB The Show 21. So if you haven't gotten that yet, get it and join the Fig Cave and join us over there. Also, Phil has a deal over at Collar and Elbow where if you use the code CAVE at checkout, you can save yourself 10%. I gotta place an order over there, man. I keep looking at their website and I'm just like, man, they have a lot of good stuff. So check that out. Of course, check out Jack at figurecollections.com. Remember, it's figurecollections.com/shop to buy the Cella Retros. And again, he's got Hayabusa up for pre-order, Dynamite Kid up for pre-order, Nick Aldis in stock, but his stock is running low. Mind of the Meanie 2-pack available now. Coming soon is Ethan Page, and then he's got a bunch of other stuff on there as well. And you can go to his eBay store if you go to figurecollections.com/store. So store for the eBay store, shop for the retros. All right, hit that up. What else we got here for shout outs? So run down the list here real quick. Virtual Suplex on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Extra Cooler, who designed our logo. The Call Up, of course, our boy Kenny. He's got his YouTube show, and his show is now available anywhere you listen to podcasts. WrestleGeddon podcast, Coming Down the Aisle podcast, Turnbuckle Tavern podcast. Buy, sell, trade toys at Buy, Sell, Trade Toys on Instagram. Keystone Collectibles, Heroes Hideouts. You can follow us over on YouTube. It's youtube.com/The Run In Podcast. You can also follow along on Twitter at Run In Podcast. Instagram is at The Run In Pod. My Twitter and Instagram is at Tommy Paradise. It's PAIRODICE, just like it's spelled down here, right here. And DJ, what's yours, man?
It's on both of the platforms. It is Fig Night 27, FIGKNIGHT 27.
All right, guys, don't forget May 7th is that Blitzkrieg Pro show that is sponsored by us, the Running Podcast.
We did it.
We're doing it, and you can watch it live on Twitch. We'll post all that info.
I'm watching it. That's how I'm going to watch it, is on Twitch.
Hell yeah, you might see me running around there.
Just don't end up dancing in somebody's face, please.
Oh, that's not happening ever again. I can promise you that. But yeah, that'll be live on Twitch. Like I said, we'll tell you how you can watch it. We'll post the links and all that good stuff. And that's it for this week's edition of the Run In Podcast, episode number 47, guys. My name is Tommy Paradise.
And it's DJ.
And this has been, as I said, episode 47 of the Run In Podcast.
Yo.